Alright, well, I'm over here to grab the stuff out of the truck. Let's take a close look at the damage here. Oh, buddy. Look at that. I mean, wrecked the bed. I mean, it destroyed the bed. Kind of bent the ball on the hitch a little bit. Have to wonder though. I mean, it certainly lifted the bed up. You can see how it's tilted up, but wonder if the frame on the truck is okay, you know? If the frame on the truck is okay. Look at that. If the frame on the truck is okay, then I can just get a new bed. You know, I mean, the cab's all good. So maybe I'll get super lucky. Frame on the truck's okay, I can just put a new bed on. I don't think I'm going back out on the road though. Let's go take a look at the trailer here. You can see it took a donk there. Bent this up a little bit. Yeah, that got bent up pretty good. Scrapes. Some scrapes. So there's some minor damage to be dealt with on the trailer. I mean, the axles and everything look like they're in good shape. Even the box is okay. It's just some DOT tape in this, and then, you know, this let go. So, alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead and get my stuff out of the truck, and we're gonna do a business pivot. Hey everybody. Well, wanted to give you an update. I think I left my last video a little bit of a cliffhanger there. No, it is not the end of Turtleback Freight. But boy, I'm having to wrestle with a lot here when it comes to the truck and the trailer. So not quite ready to tell everybody the full story, but I am definitely having a lot of trouble with my insurance agency and my insurance company. You know, the good news is that the truck was, you know, relatively unharmed. I mean, I was going about 7 miles an hour when this happened, and I'll definitely make a video going into what happened and why it happened, lessons learned, and all of that. Some of you probably already know what happened just by looking at the pictures, and you are right, that is what happened. But I just got the truck back the other day. The insurance company totaled the truck, obviously. 1999 truck. Truck's actually totally fine, but the bed is crushed. The bed needs to come off. So they totaled it, gave me $1,500. Whatever, it's probably a little bit less than it's gonna cost me to get a new bed put on. And I knew that was gonna happen. You know, they offered to total it and give me $3,000, but I just spent more than $3,000 on the new hitch and the airbags, and it's kind of what happens, right? I mean, like, you know, you buy an old truck, you put a bunch of money into it, and, you know, if something happens, the insurance company's never going to give you that money back. you know, on one hand, that sucks. If I had a new truck, I probably would be all right. But on the other hand, if I had a new truck, I'd spend, you know, $50, $60, $70, $80, $90,000 on a new truck, and I think that's silly. Even my Excursion here that I'm driving, it's got the 7.3 in it. You know, I bought it for 15 grand. I've put about maybe 22, 23,000 into it so far. If something ever happened to this, I'd never get that money back. But, you know, life is just a bunch of calculated risks. And so, you know, my calculated risk with the truck was I'm going to buy a truck for a little over 9 grand. I'll put some money into it, which I did. I put about probably 12 grand into the truck. And so it's worth it for me to just buy it back because there's nothing wrong with it. It's just the bed is crushed. I could just remove the bed and put some lights on the back and have a tractor. I'm probably going to put a new bed on it, and I'll explain why in a minute. So the trailer, the trailer. So I moved from one insurance company to the other back in, I think, February, because I was going to save about $170 a month, and that was absolutely worth moving. Now, when I moved, either my insurance company or my agent made a clerical error. And so my trailer that I paid about $20,150 to Buckeye, brand new, in November of last year, should have been covered for that amount. And I had full coverage on it with a $1,000 deductible. Now, the trailer has almost no damage to it. I was going very slow. The crank for the front foot is the only thing, front foot, I don't know, it's probably the hydraulic foot there. That's the only thing that, it's the crank, that's it. That's the only thing that's wrong with the trailer. It was going so slow. And so it was only covered for $2,150 with a $1,000 deductible. And I'll wait for the laughter. I mean, who does that? Who has full coverage for... It boggles my mind. And it was clearly a clerical error. But my current insurance company is about to deny the claim. They offered to keep the trailer and give me $1,000. Which of course is not going to happen. And so it may have to go back to my agent, and their errors and emissions insurance might have to pay for it. That's one side of it. The other side of it is that I had one truck on the trailer, so I had cargo, one vehicle, and I'm just coming back from the tow yard because my insurance company, I thought, was supposed to be paying for the tow to the yard, the storage at the yard, and to get it back to where it needed to be, and they've denied that. So I just had to pay the tow yard $1,250 to release the vehicle so that my customer, which is that was a very large brokerage, could then have a transporter go and pick it up and actually bring it to Houston. I'm gonna have to pay for that. That's fine. That I expected. But I've got a fight on my hands because, as far as I can see, the insurance company is supposed to pay for the tow. I have full coverage of my cargo. I will tell you, this whole thing is very maddening. I have constant communication with both my insurance company and my insurance agent, and nobody once told me that I was supposed to be paying for the tow to the yard. And for, I mean, I thought all of that was covered because it was covered for my stuff. So I'm, you know, big lessons here, all around, things to ask about as far as insurance goes, and I'm gonna cover all that, what went wrong in a video, so that, you know, I can at least broadcast that out to everybody. I want everybody to know what just happened to me so that they can avoid it. Certainly don't want anybody else to go through this. Now, all that being said, I'm fine. and my company is fine. Oh, passing a cop. Let's bring the okay, there we go. All right, so yeah, I'm passing a cop and I'm going 10 over, but you know what? I'm in Texas. I mean, I've said this before. I don't know what you have to do to get pulled over in Texas, but I think it's 110 miles an hour and be shooting at the police, and they might just let you off with a warning. Yeah, he's not coming after me. Okay, so so what am I doing? Well, I've done a pretty substantial pivot here. I passed another cop. Wow. I'm doing a pretty substantial pivot here. It was a pivot that I always intended to do, but I didn't really intend to do it for probably another 12 to 18 months from now. But we're doing it now because I still don't have my truck back and my trailer back, and the world spins madly on and business must continue. So I'm leasing on. I'm having some really great conversations right now. I've got a couple of folks that we're ready to start working with. I'm making a big change to my insurance for a few reasons. Number one, so much of what just happened, the ball was dropped on me by, I think, my agency in a lot of ways. I've got a great new agency that I'm working with. Really like them. I'll talk about what happened. I don't know if I'm going to call anybody out specifically. We'll see what the outcomes are in another video. But yeah, I'm going full steam ahead leasing on. I've got a factoring program already set up, and I've partnered with a really fantastic company that not only does dispatch, 24/7 dispatch, but a lot of the general operations. And so that is the direction that Turtleback Freight is heading in right now. We're going to be looking to do cars and freight, or a hybrid of both. Looking to do hotshot and big rig. I have this, I've got this trucking authority, and I'm not going to let it go to waste. I'm fully ready to rumble here, and we're not messing around. So I've probably taken about 20 calls so far. I've got 4 pretty serious conversations going on, which is great, about leasing on. So that's the direction we're going to go. And I'm not entirely sure how to continue the YouTube vlog quite yet, but I do definitely want to continue talking about the growth of this company. I think as an entrepreneur, these are the types of things that happen, and you can either let them kill you, or you can pivot and keep moving on and survive. And that's what I'm going to do. And I'd love to take you guys along for the ride with me and show you how, despite being slapped down, even if it is your fault, despite being slapped down, you stand back up and you keep going. You keep fighting. And you have a chance of winning. You have a chance of winning, and that's what I'm going to be doing. So stick along with me here. Thanks for listening to my update. I think the next time I post, I'll probably be breaking down the incident, exactly what happened and why, and then I'll tell you guys what's going on with insurance. And I think I've got a few things for some new owner-operators to look out for when it comes to insurance and coverage, and making sure that you're working with all the right people. So until then, I hope everybody has a great one. I'm going to be working hard to get my brand new lease-on program going. Everything is all set at this point. Final stages of bringing on 2 folks right now. Serious conversation with another 2. And we're just going to keep moving along here. All right. Thanks, everybody. Talk to you soon.